What's going on, Coco? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video I pick up the best. That's right, this is not clickbait. This is the single-handedly best thing I have ever purchased in my life. Except for maybe my house, car, but they're irrelevant. This is the best thing I've ever bought. I'm so excited and I can't wait to show you. And I'm just gonna do a bit of a recap of some of the stuff that's gone over the past week or two. I haven't been filming crazy. I've gone out, I've bought a lot of really cool stuff. So I am going to show you some thrifting, some really cool stuff that I picked up in the thrifting. Last thrift video, I think it was, I went out with the girls. That actual week, I went out 3 times in a row. I went out the Wednesday by myself here locally, and I picked up something really cool. It's a big ass Humphrey Bear. Everyone loves a Humphrey Bear. He is missing his hat, sadly. I don't actually know how old this particular Humphrey is, but he's a beauty. I've seen some of these big ones. This is really high. But what I'm gonna do, he was 25 bucks. I'm gonna take 25 bucks out of the collection challenge, Mr. PE. Get rid of that 25 bucks. I'm gonna keep this. Third Humphrey I picked up. That's another one that I'm keeping. And then the third one actually sold. It was in the video that I did with Sarah. That sold out at the Ballarat Vintage Collectibles Market. I think I got about 35 on that. So I've got a couple of Humphreys in the collection, but good old Humphrey Bear. I don't actually know what this guy would be worth, but I have seen people in markets and whatnot try and get 100 plus. I'm pretty sure it could get something like that, but the bolt, no hat. So if you've got a hat for Humphrey Bear, let me know and I'll probably buy it.
I'm going to put it on. Let's see if we can work out what hat Humphrey's wearing.
Starting here at the Church Up shop, I found a pretty cool jersey. It's a Josh Koscheck Ultimate Fighter. Josh was a UFC fighter, wrestler, and he also coached the show.
Fighting out of Fresno, California, Josh Koscheck.
When he was coaching, he was up against George St. Pierre, and it was a really good season. But Josh just loved getting under his skin, annoying him, and he was actually on the very first season where he just pissed everyone off.
Let's go turn the water hose on. Oh, okay, let's go. Well, should we wait for the beer? Watch out. Cheers. Look, I'm gonna have to hear it. It's the house.
I think that one got under his skin a little bit, you know?
And this little bag here was Stuart Little. Remember Stuart? That was pretty cool. And this was a throwback to the Nintendo 64 book there, the South Park one. Really cool. We had some fake NBA jerseys here. That is a fakey. Look at the quality of that. It is shit house. There's some local crap, but this was really, really cool. The NBL Originals, I think this could potentially be 80s. It's a bit hard to tell. Made in Australia. It's got that old Quit logo, but the Melbourne Spectres. I really liked it, as did I when I found this. Some more Aussie nostalgia. Mr. Squiggle.
Then what are we waiting for?
Nothing.
Hurry up.
Oh, blackboard. Okay.
An eye opener.
Oh, Mr. Swiggle, you say nice things to me.
As always, Rebecca.
Now.
Something I do a lot on this channel is give my boy Jim a shout out. James at Muirhead over the bridge. He spots deals, he sends them to me. He actually spotted a deal that I didn't get, but it worked out that I got other stuff. There's 2 items that I wanted that already sold, so I was shattered, but he had a couple of other items, and I'm going to show you, and I wanted them. Well, personal collection, one of them anyway. Anyway, what I got there, I spotted a street shark and asked if he had any more of those. And have a look at this. So what I was chasing was the Iron Maiden and the Beetlejuice figures, which were $20 each. And then he also had
an alien for $20. Now, I didn't comp these because I didn't care. I wanted them. I'm pretty sure these go for decentish money. But anyway, that's when we got a chatting. And I've ended up with these. So I got the Classic Series Terminator Endoskeleton. Looks like it has sold for 60 plus ship in the States, but it's gone for upwards of 120. So I've ended up with this. Then also from the Cult Classics Hall of Fame, the Crow. This has got comps of upwards of 150, I think, from memory. Oh, there's Captain Spaulding. Now, I love this movie. It's going to be a hard part if I sell that. I don't think I can sell that. I think I keep that. I think I keep that. I think I don't really care too much for Terminator. I keep them. I love Iron Maiden. I've seen them live. I was lucky enough. Bugger. Anyway, ooh, you got a quick glimpse of the rest of it. We've also got the Freddy Krueger Living Dead doll, still in box, and Dr. Evil. And I just kicked over a guitar. All of these Street Sharks were there as well. So, pretty chuffed. I mean, some of them are a bit dirty, but I'll give them a bit of a clean up. That's a decent one. That's a decent one. That's a decent one. The rest are somewhat common. That's a decent one, but he's missing an arm. And a couple of extreme dinosaurs. So, very happy with that. You know I love this sort of stuff. We got the Alan J wrestler too. I don't know what the value of that is currently, but yeah, pretty happy with that. So it kind of works out around $10 a piece or something, which well, I think you all know by now that most of these are worth more than that, especially him. Yeah. A quick shout out to Nikita, who's been smashing out the parcels and the listings while I'm on the road doing the fun stuff, thrifting. Also in this little tub here, we got the Guitar Hero guitar, a few biggies there. That's for the Wii, the Gibson. These generally fetch me 60 to 80 depending on the current market. And the old Naruto jersey, I've been just snagging a heap of these lately. They don't go as well as they used to, but they still go okay. And I found a pedometer. There's a few people sniffing around this op shop that if I put it in front of them and turned it on, it'd say, yes, they are a pedo. And then I seen this creep looking at me.
There was another thing this particular day that I was absolutely stoked about. Shira, the Princess of Power. Oh, mate, I found a little bag. I seen the green one, and I thought, holy crap, we've got one in there. These are worth probably 15 to 20 a piece. I haven't actually fully looked those up yet. I'm gonna take another $4 out of the collection challenge, and for now, I'm just gonna keep them. Shira did star in He-Man Masters of the Universe. She had her own show, very collectible. It's really cool to find this for $4 a bag in Vinny's. Thank you very much, Vinny's. Oh, mate, I am so stoked.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the nighting, somebody's dropped off their hiking gear, the Kathmandu pants, and then a couple of brands that I love. Right up there with something I sell a lot of, the North Face. $15 is all right because I can turn that into probably 75. And this is really cool too. My favorite brand, Patagonia. They're just trackies, but I'm still grabbing them because they're going to sell quick. And I swung into this little op shop this particular day and found these Demonia boots for $25. I don't come to this op shop very often, if at all these days, but I'm pretty happy with that price because I think I'll get probably $130 for them. And just a quick glimpse, I'm still buying jeans. I love selling jeans, but it bores people. But anyway, I had to tag some stuff and take it out to the Ballarat Vintage Collectibles Market. So, big morning, 3 hours
Look at that on there. 3 hours spent just pricing, trading cards, toys and stuff. Because I'm going out to the Collectibles Market today to top up. It's Friday, so I thought I'd go and clean up the cabinet. There's been a lot of stuff moving out there. Very happy with how that's going. I've had a lot of people contact me through Instagram saying they've been buying a lot of the Pokemon cards, which has been one of the main movers. So look at this. I've got a new inbox now, so it's all new Pokemon going out there, and I'll top that up every single week. We've got a few graded ones. We've got the Meowth. We've got the Charizard card. If I can get him out, he's a PSA 9. We've got Pikachu's. We've got a bit in there. We've got vintage cards, some base cards around that $5 mark. So a bit of stuff for everyone, some more recent stuff. There's the Scarlet Violet stuff, so plenty of cards in there. I got this in an op shop the other week. I was stoked to get it, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep one pack for myself because there was like 5 complete sets. These will be $15 each, so you get all these awesome photo cards of some vintage wrestling, so that's pretty cool. Got all the full sets there. $15, mate. Vintage, you can't complain with that. God, look at the mess. This come from a recent lot that I got from James, and I've still got other folders of stuff to go through. I don't know what's in what. This will probably mostly all end up out at the market. Look at some base set stuff, some originals. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if I've shown these videos yet, but the Hasbro wrestlers there. We've got the Rockers, a bit of a bundle deal, $40 on them. We've got the Big Boss Man, Brutus Beefcake, I think he's only 20 something, 25. Whoa, 25 on the Beefcake. And then a bunch of Star Wars. So these are mostly 90s, early 2000s. They're about $10 each. Some of them are $5. Nice and cheap. So if you want cheap toys. And Ronald McFucking Donald. He's a bit dearer, but that's an absolute beauty. He's a recent pickup. These are, I think, shout out to Brett, who I actually met in an op shop. He said he collects Macca's stuff. I showed him a photo of this, and he said he thinks these were 80s. So I'll roll with it. Kind of creepy, kind of cool. But yeah, that stuff's going out there today. I'll do a quick show over the cabinet, where it's at. But yeah, it's going really good out there. I might put a couple more Siggy tins out there because that stuff's moving pretty well too. So I've got a few sort of left over here, so I might chuck them out as well. What do we got? We'll go with that. Ritmaster. But if you're not aware of what I'm talking about, it is the Ballarat Vintage and Collectibles Market. I've done a heap of videos on there now, and I have a little cabinet out there just near the front door. So if you're interested in any of the stuff that you sometimes see in these videos, they often end up out there if they don't end up on eBay. So you'll be able to get them out there. Anyway, I'll finish sorting this shit, and I'm going to go out and top up.
After topping up my cabinet, I took a little walk and I found something that I'm always on the lookout for because this is a Grailio, the Dakota jersey, and there was 2 of them and they're only $35 each. Plus there was another special little design up there that I also grabbed for $35. Same day sale. If you see my TikTok the other day, picked these up for $35 each. Sold that for $200 and sold that for $160. Same buyer. And speaking of the market, big shout out to Shane for the killer deal on this bike and the old man for buying it. It didn't work, but he's got it going. Eli is going to be wrapped when he jumps on this thing.
So I've been to pick it up. Just 2 in here. The first one, now, the best thing I've ever purchased in the whole entirety of my life is in here. This is one of them. This isn't part of the best thing, but this is a Lockie Hunter player issue, retro round from last year, and I already have a match-worn Cody Waitman. Cody is an absolute star. He's changed to number 3 now, but the certificate for that he wore, Lockie didn't play in that game. He's gone over to Melbourne now, but this best thing that I've ever purchased. I'm so excited. What it is, it's a grand final. Going back 5 years ago, I made it a mission of mine to collect the 22 players that played in the grand final in 2016. And, well, I completed that collection, but I didn't actually have a jumper from the game. And as you can see, it's got the patch there, the grand final patch. It's actually issued to Zane Cordy, who kicked the first Bulldogs goal in over 50 years in a grand final. So I'm absolutely up and about. I paid $1,200 for the two of them. I actually paid nearly $1,200 for the Cody Waitman on its own. So this was a really good deal going into the personal collection. The significance of this jumper for someone like myself that collects is next level. Realistically, I can't thank Josh enough for letting this come into my collection. $1,200 for the two jumpers does sound like a lot for two football jumpers, but some of these, the match worn jumpers, like I remember watching the auction, and 2016 was early into my collecting days, and I couldn't fathom the thought of paying how much they were going for. And I remember like some of them going for $5,000, $10,000 for the match worn, and I was like, holy shit. But now I wish I really paid that, because you just don't see them anymore. I've seen two pop up. I've been offered, I think it was a Rourke Smith and maybe a Bailey Dale player issue, just that jumper for more than this one, and neither of those guys played in the game. They were on the list, but they didn't play, or they weren't emergencies for the actual game. Zane Cordy, he did. He's since left. He's a father-son recruit. His brother Ace also played for the Doggies. That is basically the final piece of my 2016 Western Bulldogs collection. I've got everyone that played in that game now, and well, I had them anyway. I already had a couple of Zane's jumpers, but now I can actually officially say I have a fucking grand final jumper, and I'm so happy. Really, really happy that's not going anywhere. So this is honestly the best thing I've ever purchased, because I have been chasing one of these for 7 friggin' years. And I should have got one early days, but I didn't realise I was going to be this balls deep into a football jumper collection. I now have over 180. I've been culling some of the lower end stuff, but this is the best jumper that I've purchased. This is the best thing that I've purchased towards a collection. And it's not the most, essentially I spent $600 on this. I paid the $1,100 or $1,200 for a match worn Cody Waitman. That's the most expensive jumper I've ever bought. That was straight from a club auction. But in my opinion, just this grand final, the winning grand final, Bulldogs didn't win one for 50-something bloody years. 1954 was the last time they'd won one, and to get this, I'm absolutely stoked. So there you have it, folks. That is the best thing I have ever purchased, and it's going to be hard to beat that. I mean, if I got a match-worn Bontempelli grand final, obviously that's going to beat it, but these don't pop up often at all. And I've actually seen a few player issues come out of bloody op shops. People have contacted me and shown me, and I can't get over that they end up in op shops. Usually older ones, but yeah. There's the Cordy one, and I'm in heaven. Thank you very much, Joshy. Really do appreciate you, brother. You've made me a very happy man.